the earlier video, we came to know how desperate she was to know her name. Somehow she wanted to know her name. She asked her husband. After that, what is there? You choose your name, some name or the other, the husband advised. So freely he advised her to choose any name freely. Very nice. Your name is Satyanarayana Murthy. Will you keep quiet if I ask you to change your name to Sevarao or Sundarrao? So clearly and rhetorically, she asked her husband, as his name is Mr. Satyanarayana Murthy, would he be ready to change his name or to be called by any other name other than his name Satyanarayana Murthy, like Sundarrao or Subbarao? I want my name only, she said. It's all right. You are an educated woman. Your name must be on the certificates. Don't you have that much common sense? Go and find out, he advised her. Okay, fine. If at all so desperately you wanted to your name, so go and search your name on your certificates, as you are an educated woman. The housewife searched frantically for her certificates in the almirah, but in that almirah, except those certificates, she found so many items. What those items were? Pattu sarees, chiffon sarees, handloom sarees, oil sarees, matching blouses, petticoats, bangles, beads, pearls, pins, kumkumbarinas, silver plates, silver containers to keep sandalwood paste, ornaments, all things arranged in an orderly fashion. Nowhere could she find her certificates. Nowhere she could find her certificates. Yes, after marriage, she had never bothered to carry those certificates here. After marriage, she left those certificates at her parental house, never bothered to carry those certificates to in-laws' house. Yes, I haven't brought them here. I shall go to my place, that is parents' house, search for my certificates and enquire about my name and return in a couple of days. She thought in herself and told her husband that she wanted to go to her parents' house, mom, and know her name and would come back, okay, in 2 days. She asked for her husband's permission. So she asked for her husband's permission. Very nice. Must you go just for your name or what? Must you go for your name or what? Okay. If you go, who will scrub the house these 2 days? Said her lord. Her lord, L-O-R-D. Her lord, okay, asked her what would happen to that swabbing the floor and all in those 2 days which she would be absent. Yes, that was true. Yes, that was true, because she only took all that responsibility, and moreover she had never allowed anybody to come and interfere or intervene in her works, because she scrubbed better than the others. She had not allowed anyone else to do that job all those days. All those days she had never allowed anyone to do any job. Everyone was busy with his or her own respective duties. As husband, he had his office, poor things. The children had their studies to take care of. Their homeworks are to be completed. Their project works are to be finished. That's why. So nobody could. Why should they bother about this chore? And she had been doing it all along. They just didn't know how to do it. Of course, they just didn't know how to do it. Of course, they didn't know how to do it because you didn't teach them. Once you teach them, no doubt they would learn. But still, how to live without knowing one's name? Of course, I am not getting my name by any means, but how to live one's life without knowing the name? It was all right all these days, since the question hadn't occurred to her. Now it was really hard to live without a name. All these months and all these years, okay, it has been okay, but this is the time now, as she seems to have forgotten her name. Now she feels that she cannot live without her name, without her identity. Not that, okay, so she forgot her name. Symbolically, the writer, Satyavati ma'am, symbolically what is she saying? That you should not lose your identity. That is the meaning. Otherwise, who would forget name? So just for 2 days you manage somehow or the other. Somehow or the other you manage. Let the house be dirty, dusty. What is the problem? So until and unless I go and get my name, I shall find it difficult to live, she pleaded with her husband and managed to get out of the house. Why, dear daughter, have you come so suddenly? Now she went to her parental house. Now the mother was a bit worried. Okay, why you had come without prayer announcement and all? Moreover, you alone came. Okay, what happened to that son-in-law? Okay, is everything all right? That motherly anxious, she started showing that homemaker's mother at a parental house. Are your children and husband all right? Okay, why have you come alone? Alone. So behind affectionate enquiries of the father and the mother, there was a strain of suspicion. So it was a bit suspicious for the parents that something might be wrong, okay, with the family of their daughter. Okay. Recollecting immediately the purpose of her visit, the housewife asked her mother most pitifully, Amma, tell me what is my name. Immediately recollecting what her purpose was on visiting that house, she asked her mom what her name was. So pitifully she asked her name, for her name. What is it, Amma? You are our elder daughter. నువ్వు మా పెద్ద కూతురువి. That's all. You are our elder daughter. So we gave you education up to BA and got you married with 50,000 rupees as a dowry. We took care of your 2 deliveries. Each time we alone bore the expenses of the maternity home. And you have 2 children. Okay. Your husband has a good job, even nice person too. Your children are well mannered. What do you understand by this paragraph? It means all these things may be facts, agreed. Okay. So cleverly the mother is supplying to her daughter, because your husband is nice, he is a gentleman, nice amount he is getting a salary, blessed with wonderful kids, and those kids also very well mannered. You don't have to worry about their discipline and their activities and all. So absolutely you don't have any problem from any side. And such is the condition, then why have you come alone? So it is not my history, Amma, it is my name I want. Mummy, it is not my history I want my name. At least tell me where my certificates are. Mom, okay, let me know where my certificates are. I don't know, child. Recently we cleared out the almirah of old papers and files and arranged some glassware in their place. Recently we cleared all the items of that almirah, and in place of those certificates and all old items, we put some glassware and all as decorative items. Some important files we kept in the attic. Attic means churu. Are you getting? ATTIC, attic. So we shall search for them tomorrow. Okay. Now what is the hurry? Don't worry about them. Take a good bath and have your meal, child, said the housewife's mother. Now the mother was a bit now comfortable, because somehow she understood why the daughter came, what was the purpose of daughter's visit and all. So consoling her daughter, she told her that okay, to have a good bath and have a meal, and the next day the certificates could be searched for. In turn, the name could be found out. The housewife took a good bath and ate her meal, but she couldn't sleep. While scrubbing the house, humming happily, joyously, and making mugulu, she had never thought that she would have to face so many difficulties like this by forgetting her own name. The bed is very comfortable, maybe air conditioned room also, but she couldn't sleep because okay, something in her inside, okay, is eating her. What she had done to her good education, and how good she was as a student in her childhood, as a student, as a high school student, as a college student, remembering all those bright days in her childhood, she couldn't sleep. She now realized that in that religious zeal of scrubbing the floor and decorating the floor with muggul and all, okay, she forgot her name, lost her identity. She didn't know who she was. So dawn broke. that is morning. But the search for the certificates among the files in the attic had not ended. She had been searching for the certificates. That search had not ended. Now the wife asked everyone she met. The homemaker now asked everyone she met. Okay, animate and inanimate, tangible or intangible, life, full of life and lifeless, including those stones and plants also. She asked, okay, for her name. She asked the trees, the ant hills, the pond, the school where she had studied, the college. After all, the shouting and the wailing. She met a friend and succeeded in recovering her name. Finally, she met her friend, childhood friend, classmate, and recovered her name. That friend was also like her, married and a housewife like her, but she hadn't made swabbing the floors and all the sole purpose of her life. That is the difference between the friend who she had just met and through whom she got her name. That friend, unlike her, unlike this homemaker, put her education to good use. Of course, she too was scrubbing the floor and doing the household chores, but she decided that to make it a part of her life, not that itself it is a life. All those doing all those household chores, she made it a part of life. Scrubbing was only a part of her life. She remembered her name and the name of her friends. Not only did she remember her own name, but she remembered her friends' names also. That's why she uttered this homemaker's name so loudly on seeing her childhood friend, showing her affection and happiness. This particular friend recognized our housewife. Sarada, my dear Sarada, she shouted and embraced her. Okay, uttering so loudly her name. Okay, she embraced her. The housewife felt like a person. Now she felt like a person, totally parched and dried up, about to die of thirst. Getting a drink of cool water from the new earthen kuja poured into her mouth with a spoon and given thus a new life. Imagine a person is so thirsty, okay, desperately in need of some water and all. Such person is offered a spoonful of cool water from an earthen pot. How happy he would be, what his feeling would be. The same feeling she felt on getting her name. The friend did indeed give her a new life. Not that she gave her her name. She gave her new life. You are Sarada. You came first in our school in the 10th class. You came first in the music competition conducted by the college. You used to paint good pictures too. You are a musician. You are a singer. You are a good student. You are a bright student. And you had once a few competitions also in your school, college and maybe university life. We were 10 friends all together, Sarada. I meet all of them sometime or the other. We write letters to each other. Only you have gone out of our reach. Tell me why. Why are you living incognito? Incognito means in secrecy. Her friend confronted her. Together we were 10 friends. I had been in touch with all those remaining 9 friends. You only were out of our reach. Yes, Pramila. This is the name of this new friend is Pramila. Yes, Pramila. What you say is true. Of course, I am Sarada. Until you said it, I couldn't remember it. All the shelves of my mind, not only shelves of her Almira, but all the shelves of her mind, what she says, were taken up with only one thing, how well I can scrub the floor. I remembered nothing else. Had I not met you, I would have gone mad. If I had not met you, I would have gone mad, said the housewife named Sarada. Now, knowing her name, Sarada returned home, climbed the attic and fished out her certificates. She came home, that is parents' home, to mom. She fished out her certificates. The pictures she had drawn, old albums, everything she succeeded in getting out. All those things, all that material that made her nostalgic, remembering her childhood memories, which gave her a sweet pain. She collected all those items, including maybe some chocolate wrappers also. She also searched further and managed to find the prizes she had received in school and college. Not only was she a musician and a singer, but also she received a few prizes and one competition also. All those items, maybe certificates, maybe that gift items she collected. With all these things, she was so leaving mom's house overjoyed. She returned home, that is in-laws home. You haven't been here. Look at the state of the house. Who might be speaking? No doubt her husband. You haven't been here. Look at the state of the house. It is like a chowdhury. Chowdhury means satram, okay, where things would not be taken care of because they come and go. So there would be nobody, or there was no one to take the responsibility to keep the chowdhury neat and clean. Now our house has become just like a chowdhury because of your absence for these 2 days. So what a relief you are here. Oh, how relieved we are. Okay, you are here. Now it is like a festival for us, said Sarada's husband. Sarada's husband, in that old mood. Okay, so what he said in the beginning of the lesson, if you remember, what he said, Sabash, keep it up. Okay, same now also what he says is, okay, now it is a festival for us. The mood is festive mood. Just scrubbing the floor doesn't make a festival. So confidently, determinedly, she declared, just scrubbing the floor doesn't make a day a festival. By the way, from now onwards, don't call me Emoy Gimoy. My dear hubby, from now onwards, don't call me Emoy Gimoy. Otherwise, I may have to call you. I may have to call you Harai Orai. Isn't it? So, okay, anyway. So, don't call me Emoy Gimoy. Okay. My name is Sarada. Call me Sarada. Understood? Okay. So, my name is Sarada. Call me Sarada. Don't give even any nickname and all. Saru Giru type. Okay. Please call me by my name. Understood? What do you mean understood? Have you understood? Do you understand? Okay. Having said that, okay, the homemaker went inside humming joyously. No doubt the house was dirty and dusty. But earlier, she felt very bad about such condition. Now, she was not at all bothering about those things. Humming joyously, she went in. Sarada, who had always cared so much for discipline, keeping an eye on every corner, checking if there was dust, making sure things were properly arranged, each in its correct and respective order. This is what she was. Are you getting? This is what she was. She wanted everything to be in their proper places, correct order. Okay, no dust particle. Okay, know that. Okay, each and every corner of the house also should be so neat and clean. Okay, like and pan. Now, such Sarada, now she has transformed. Now the sofa on which she was sitting, it was a bit dusty. Still, she didn't bother. She didn't even dust off with her hands. Straightway, she sat, having her children sitting by her side, and started showing her childhood album, where all those photographs were about her childhood wins, the competitions and the certificates she had won in her childhood, in her studies. So, making sure things were properly arranged and all, okay, which had not been dusted for the last 2 days. Now, the same Sarada, she sat on the sofa which had not been dusted for the last 2 days. Now, she sat on the sofa that had not been dusted for the past 2 days. Now, earlier Sarada, okay, so no doubt then and there, okay, she would started cleaning all those things. But such Sarada now simply, so leisurely, okay, lavishly, happily, she sat on the sofa. She sat there showing the children an album of her paintings that she had brought for them. So, the painting she had brought for her children from her parents' house, which she had won, okay, she had got, okay, in her high school and college life. Those albums, okay, she had brought to show to her children. In that way, she not only did she get her name back, she got her identity. If we extend the story further, maybe Okay, so maybe after 6 months or so, or maybe after 1 year, so she too might have started working somewhere and having that name board just like that, M Suhasini, MA, PhD, principal so and so college, Sarada, so and so, so and so. Please understand the lesson the way it is to be understood. Once again, don't confine the lesson and don't restrict the lesson just for the sake of examinations and marks and all. As you know, just C reading only 2 marks. There are 6 C readings and you get only 2 marks. It is not for marks. Okay, particularly girls. Thank you so much. Take care.